What's up, YouTube? Dark Lord Diabolos coming at you with a deck profile on Omni-Heroes. Omni-Heroes back in the day were actually really good, mostly for their fusion monsters. Omni-Heroes are based off of the manga version of Elemental Heroes, with Shining and Absolute Zero, I know for sure, appearing in the manga, and Nova Master added on because the other Elemental Hero from that same manga that was the fire attribute sucked. Now, this deck usually focuses on stealing your opponent's stuff to fuse into your Elemental Heroes, because Super Polymerization exists, but I added some few more Elemental Hero support to make it that more consistent. For example, Stratos, as our wind representative, can search out anything from the deck. Dark Mist, our dark representative, when she's sent to the graveyard, can search out anything from the deck, and when she's special summoned, you can search out Mass Change. Because I'm able to search out Mass Change, of course I'm adding in Dark Law, because who wouldn't add in Dark Law? Our OCG support that I'm adding for this deck is Shining Neo Wingman. When this card is fusion summoned, you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to a number of different attributes on the field, which if you summon this with a bunch of monsters on the field, which is possible, you can nuke the board. It gains 300 attack for each monster in your graveyard. It cannot be destroyed by card effects. And if it destroys a monster by battle, you can inflict damage equal to each of your opponent, equal to their... You can destroy monsters equal to its original attack, which is really good burn, but mostly it's for the nuke effect. Sadly, I do not have a replay where I managed to get him off. The other fusion monster I'm adding from the OCG, which is really, really cool, is I swear to God, this should have been a spell card. Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. It is a level 10 monster that requires one Elemental Hero fusion monster +1 warrior monsters. That means is you can use any number of war monsters plus a fusion monster to fusion him. And why would you want to do that? This card, well, one, it gains 300 attack for each fusion material used for the summon, which normally I can get him out with 4,000 attack, and it can make a number of attacks on monsters each battle phase up to the number of fusion materials used for its fusion summon. And if it battles a monster by battle, after damage calculation, destroy that monster. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. Yeah, it does a lot, and it has like the anime flair to it. Also, if anyone manages to get this damn thing off the field when it's fusion summoned, you can summon one warrior monster from your deck hand. Next, the other OCG support I'm looking at is Fusion Over. It's basically here just the support in Shining Neo Flame Wingman. You just target a monster, have it turn into Flame Wingman, because we're not running Flame Wingman materials, and so you can just make him out easier. The other OCG support is Spirit of Neos. When you're attacked, you can summon them in defense position, and it cannot be destroyed by battle, which is really good if you get a brick and you're going second and they attack into you. 2, if it's special summon period, note period, you can add a spell or trap card that mentions a Elemental Hero monster or polymerization from your deck to your hand, which searches out most of your spell or trap lineup, except for this. And when he's destroyed, you can summon, well, during your main phase, you can shuffle him to the deck to summon Elemental Hero Neos. Well, any normal monster from your deck, it's just that Neos is the highest attack of all the Elemental Hero normal monsters, so that's why I chose him. The other lineup is what I call the basic package for Elemental Heroes, at least in my opinion. Note, I said Elemental Heroes, not heroes in general. We're running 3 Liquid Soldier. When normal summoned, you can special summon a hero monster from your graveyard, as long as it's level 4 or lower. When it's used for a fusion, or, you know, when it's used as material for a fusion summon, you can draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. Solid Soldier, which, when normal summoned, you can special summon a level 4 hero monster from your hand, and if it's sent to the graveyard by a spell or trap effect from the monster zone, you can target a hero monster in the graveyard, summon it in defense position, which most of the time you will be targeting your Spirit of Neos. Well, you can target anything, because if you special summon Stratos, you can still search, but I'm just saying, like, you're either Stratos or Neos. And Blazeman, who, if he's normal or special summoned, you can search Poly. He does have a Prisma effect, but you're mostly using him for the Poly search. And then finally, of course, our Shadow Mist, which when she's special summoned, you can add a quick change spell from your deck to your hand, which is why we run Dark Law. Our spell lineup is pretty simple. We're getting 3 Emergency Call, 1 Neos Fusion for our Brave Neos, 2 Poly, because I think 2 is really good, because you can just search it, 1 Miracle Fusion, you only really need 1 Parallel World Fusion, just in case, 1 Fifth Hope for recycling, 1 Hero's Bond, because you can get it off really simple. If you just run in a 1, anything else will be a brick. 2 Mass Change, just in case your first Mass Change gets negated. 1 Called by the Grave, because of course, why wouldn't you run it? And 3 Super Poly. This is the main, like, removal of your deck. You're going to be taking your opponent's stuff and at least fusing it away. Particularly difficult boss monsters. And the last 2 monsters to run out the entire deck is Ash Blossom. Now note, this is just a basic deck. You can add upon and build if you want. This is the most simplest version of how I think this deck should run. We're also running 1 extra Hero Wonder Driver because it's good for recycling your fusion spells. Of a win with said deck. I'm going up against Charmer Dogmatica, and my opponent's actually really good at doing what he needs to do. That is all for my Omni-Hero deck. If you liked the video or the information I provided, please leave a like in the like. If you are new to the channel and you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button. And if you have any questions, comments, or inquiries, please put them down in the description below. And I'll see you next time. Ciao!